Okay, in last class we were discussing about multiplication table, and we are going to find the different problems on that. And quickly we are going to moving into the same problem, and we have to finish it the multiplication table. Then we are going for another scenario. Okay, the question is going to be in the yesterday's problem. For example, if the input is like this, I asked you in two different ways. If the input is like this, 5 3 10, I have to print from 5 3s are 15 to 5 10s are 50. And if the input is 5 10 3 2, we are going to start at 5 10s are to 5 3s are. How I am going to do it? Okay, some students are not able to solve it. Just I am going to discuss you here. For example, here for I in range of I have to start at R1 and I have to stop at R2 here, and I'm going to R2 plus 1, right? R2 plus 1, I'm going to print that n num into num comma I num into I think. For example, if I'm going to give here 5 3 10, the output is going to be 5 3s are to 5 10s are. Okay, it is clear. Now I'm going to give the same different output here like this. For example, it is going to come outside. Okay, now what I'm going to do here, for example, some inc is equal to 1. I'm taking here inc is equal to 1, and here I'm going to write here inc. Instead of this one also I'm going to write here inc. What is inc value? Inc value is going to be always what is inc value? 1, right? 1, right? If I'm going to execute it, it is executed normally. It is executed normally. What is the value inside this one? The value inside this one is going to be like this only. The value this is R1 is going to be 3 and R2 is equal to 10 plus 1, that is going to be 11, and INC value is equal to 1 only. Then it is executed normally. For example, if I am going to give here 10 3, it is not executed now also. Now the range of function it is going to be 3 comma 11 comma 1. Now in the reverse manner, for example, for example, what I have to do, I have to start at a 10. Okay, then where I have to stop? I have to stop at I have to stop at 10, right? For example, 5, 10 and 3. If this is the input, I have to start at a 10. I have to stop at 3. That's why I'm going to give here 2. And it is going to be decremented as -1. It is going to be decremented as a -1. For that, if it is going to be in the reverse order, if I'm going to give here like this 10 and 3, R1 is 10 and R2 is going to be 3 only. And for that I am going to write here simply, very simply, if R1 is greater than R2, INC is equal to -1. If I'm going to execute it, if 5 3 10, yes, it is executed normally, no doubt about that. Yes, if I executed 5 10 and 3, now also it is executed. Do you understand what I'm writing here? Just simply with only one variable, I change everything here. Why you are writing here INC, sir? For example, if I write like this, if I'm going to execute it, if this is the input, yes, it is executed normally. If I'm going to execute with this input, it is executed up to, I want to print up to 3 here, but it is going to be at 5 only. That's why here I am going to write INC. What is the value inside INC? For example, if here it is going to be 3, here it is going to be 3, then what is INC value? That means R1 is greater than R2. R1 is greater than R2. Then INC value is -1. Then 3, for example, here it is going to be 3 minus 1. Then it becomes a 2. Then it becomes a 2. If it is a positive value, for example, if this is the input, that means this is going to be 3 and this is going to be 10 and this is going to be 10 and INC value is going to be 1 here. That's why it is going to be 11. Is it clear, everyone? Do you have any doubt, students, what I am writing here? And this INC value is going to be, if it is a positive value, if it is smaller and bigger, that means 3 and 10, I am going in a forward direction. That's why I am going to take 1 here. If R1 value is greater than R2, I am going to change INC value as -1. That is going to be decremented way. Is it clear, students?
Yes, sir.
Is there any doubts? With simple one variable I am going to do it. With only one variable I am going to do it. The same loop, there is no doubt about that. There is same loop, and I am going to write using this INC variable only. I am going to, it is sometimes it is increment, sometimes it is going to be decrement. Okay, clear, everyone? Okay. Now,
sir, WhatsApp lo ఒకటి పెట్టాను చూడండి. అలా ఇస్తే రేంజ్ సెట్ అయింది కానీ అవుట్పుట్ రాలేదు.
ఇది రాజానా? రాజా, రైట్?
నో సార్, నాకు.
Okay. If b is less than c, b is less than c, x is equal to b, y is equal to c plus 1, d is equal to 1. Else if b is greater than c, x is equal to c, y is equal to b minus 1, okay, d is equal to, then what is the output for this one?
ఫార్వర్డ్ కి అయితే ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయింది కానీ బ్యాక్వర్డ్ కి స్కిప్ అయిపోయింది సార్ ఇందాకట్లా.
Okay. If b is greater than c.
అది సెకండ్ బ్లాక్ లో ఏదైతే మల్టిప్లికేషన్ టేబుల్ కావాలనుకున్నాం ఆ వాల్యూ ఇవ్వలేదు కదా సార్, సి వాల్యూ ఇచ్చాం కదా సార్, అందుకని ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వలేదు అనుకుంటా. సెకండ్ ఇఫ్ కండిషన్ లో బి గ్రేటర్ దెన్ సి ఉంది కదా సార్, దాంట్లో మన మల్టిప్లికేషన్ టేబుల్ సి అసైన్ చేశాడు సార్ తను.
Multiplication table is a. Okay, just wait, I will try to execute it. If anyone wants to note it down, just take a pic here. It is not executed. X is equal to b, y is equal to c plus 1. X is equal to c. Okay, I understand it. If you observe here, what is R1 value? R1 value, the first value is going to be in first value only. The values are not changing here. The values are not changing. Here, what you are doing here, I will explain it. What is the mistake? Okay, now I am going to write what you write here. If R1 is less than R2, if R1 is less than R2, x is equal to r1, x is equal to r1, y is equal to r2 plus 1, r2 plus 1, and d is equal to 1. Okay, then else if b is greater than c, that is going to be r1 is greater than r2, greater than r2, x is equal to c, and y is equal to b minus 1, and d is equal to minus 1. And you are going to write here some for loop for I in ing range of x comma y comma d. X comma y comma d, going to print num comma I comma num into I, for example. Okay, not writing
సార్
all.
ఎల్సిఫ్ లో సిబి వాడారు సార్, కానీ R1 R2 డిక్లేర్ చేశారు.
Okay, sorry. This is going to be R2 and this is going to be R1. Yes, if I am going to execute it, if this is the input, it is executed normally. If it is going to be, for example, 5, 10 and 3, it is coming out. Why it is coming out? Then immediately you have to check what is the values of x comma y comma and d. You have to check like this, and is it possible to print or not. I'm going to execute here. For example, this is the input and this is the output. Just try to understand here. The x value is 3, y value is 9, and it is going to be minus 1. Is it possible that, is it a backward direction or a forward direction you are taking? 3 to 9. 3 to 9 is a forward direction. Do you understand? Here it is checking that is 3 is greater than 9. Is 3 is greater than 9? Is 3 is greater than 9?
No, sir.
No, that's why it
No,
is
sir.
coming outside. That's why it is coming outside here. Whenever you are getting an output error, you have to find that why it is coming like that. You have to check it. Here I'm using the printf statement. What is the values of x, y, and d for this case? For this case, what is the values here? What is the mistake here is the values are not changing. X and y values are what I'm giving here. What I'm giving here, R1 and R2 values are not changing here. Okay, if it is smaller and bigger, we have to go in a forward direction. If it is bigger and smaller, I have to go in a backward direction. That is the only one case here. That is the only one case. There is no swapping of the values here. That's why here just remove it. You are thinking that if it is possible that it is going to be print either this value or this value, we are going to be print the same output, then it is going to be okay. Okay, for example, if I am going to execute it, for this input, I got this output, and again for example, if I give the input like this, I want the output as same. Yeah, same. That means I'm going to start at 3, I'm going to stop at 10. That is okay. But for this program, that is not a perfect one. How I'm going to do it? Simply, this is not a decrement or nothing like that, and it is going to be a plus 1. If I'm going to write it, it is executed normally. If I'm going to execute it, if I give in the input like this, d is not. Here d is equal to 1 also. Here also d is 1. Yes, is it working normally or not? Either like this or like this. Yes, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You want this line going into here. For example, here there are 3 values. For example, it is going to be 3 values. 1 and it is going to be 2. here 5, 3 and 20. That means 5 is a table and 20 is up to 20th table, 20th line. That means I'm going to start at 5 ones are to 5 20s. Okay. But what is this middle value? What is this middle value? I want the output as here, just observe here, 5 3s are 15. The 15 is exactly divisible by 5 and 3. I'm not working on that. Is there any other value which is exactly divisible by 5 and 3 here? Which is exactly divisible by 5 and 3?
30, sir.
30
30,
also.
sir.
I am going to skip this one. I am going to skip this one also. Is there any other things?
40, sir.
90,
What?
60.
This one. And then go.
60, sir.
Then 60. Then 75. Yes.
90, sir.
90 also. Yes, that's it, right? Yes. I'm going to give the output like this. What is that? Here 5 table and I have to print starting from 1 to 20, no doubt about that. And the middle one is going to be 3 and I'm going to skip the values which are exactly divisible by 5 and 3. Both 5 and 3 I'm going to skip here. Is it clear? Is the question is clear? I'm not going to display that values which are exactly divisible. For example, I'm going to check 20 is there. Is 20 is divisible by both 5 and 3?
No, sir.
No, then I'm going to print it. If the value is, for example, 5 3s are, it is going to be 15. If is 15 is exactly divisible by 5 and 3 also, right? Yes, then we are not going to display that value. Clear? Is my question is clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, just please do it. Yes, PyCharm community version is free for all. If you want to download it, just download. Here always I give the question in a long way. If you observe here, always n into I means that is exactly divisible by 5, right? There is no doubt about that. Just simply we can check it. Is it divisible by 3 or not? That is also enough. N into I means that is not exactly 5 also. That is the value, the table is 5. The table is 5. That's why we are going to check here. Not exactly that we have to use R1 and N here, there. Not that 5 and 3. Okay, that are not static values. For example, if I give here 10 and 2, you have to work on these two values. 10 table values which are exactly divisible by 2, that are not working on the, that are not going to be print here. Is it clear? For example, I am going to write here 5 and 4. 5 and 4. I am going to, I am not going to display 5 4s are 20, 5 8s are 40 and like that. Just think what is the program. Just don't give that static values.
గ్రూప్ లో పెట్టాను చూడండి.
That's enough. If you think it, if I mod 3 is equal to 0 also, that is perfect. Here, if the value, we are not going to check this one. I am checking for this one, but if you observe here, this is 4, for example. If it is, I'm going to go back. Observe here, this is going to be 3, and this is going to be 6, and this is going to be 9, and these are going to be the 3 multiples, right? This I value is 3 multiples, but I am telling that this value is exactly divisible. If you go for this one also, that is okay.
Okay, sir.
Remaining students, not 3 and 5, Bhavani, not 3 and 5. Here I give here 3 and 5 here. That's why I'm going to check like that.
Okay, sir.
You have to write a dynamic program. For example, for another test case, that is going to be wrong there. No doubt about that.
Yes, sir.
It's not equal to 0. Okay, good. Continue and else. Okay.
చాలా మంది ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఎక్స్ దగ్గర నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేశారు సార్. అంటే మొత్తం స్టార్టింగ్ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేయకుండా ఎక్స్ దగ్గర నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేసి రాశారు సార్.
ఎక్స్ ఏంటి? సెకండ్ వాల్యూనా?
ఎస్ సార్, సెకండ్ వాల్యూ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేసి కోడ్ మొత్తం కరెక్టే సార్, కాకపోతే అది ఒకటి మార్చుకోమని రాసుకోండి.
Here this value is not the range 1. This is not the range 1. We have to write this is going to be 1 comma. This is not range here. This is 1 number 2, for example. This is going to be number 1. This is going to be only range 1. These are the values. I'm going to write here R1 plus 1. This is going to be number 1. This is going to be number 1. And remaining thing. That is not, I am going to start with the 3 here. I am going to start from 1 to 20. 1 to 20. Just observe here. I am going to print 1 to 20. Good. There is no need to write the else statement, right? There is no need to write else continue. Automatically it is going for continue. There is no need to write else continue. There is no values, right? In front of that, there is no need to write else continue there. Nivas.
Okay, sir.
Students, you have to do it fast. There is no need to write I is -1 or not like that. Just remove that everything. There's no need to write if A is greater than B, A is equal to -1. Just remove all those things. That is a plain loop. That is a plain loop. I'm going to start from 1 and I'm going to stop at R plus 1. Inside that, we have to write a condition. That's it, nothing else. Charan. Yes, that's it, nothing else. With, for example, yes. If I want to write like this, can anyone tell me what is this value? What is this value? What I'm writing here? I mod 3. That's it. What it indicates? What it indicates?
I mod 3 equal to 0.
No, wrong.
మల్టిప్లికేషన్ చేసే ఇట్స్ 1 2 3 4
Sir, divided by I into
ఒకవేళ ఆ కండిషన్ సాటిస్ఫై
Just a minute, Ashok.
I range I వాల్యూ ఏదైతే ఇచ్చామో అది డివైడెడ్ బై 3 సార్ ఇఫ్ అయితే కనుక
చెప్పాను కదా బి డిఫైన్ అవ్వకపోతే అంటే
Good,
సీల్ అయితే
good.
కన్ఫర్మ్ చేయాలి ఇక్కడ ఏం చేయాలి కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఉంది అలవాటు లేక అలవాటు పోయి
కండిషన్
అలవాటు లేక
అది 0 అవుతే ఫాల్స్ అయిపోవచ్చు.
Then what is that? What is the meaning of this one? What is the meaning of this one? I mod 3 means
Remainder of
If I mod 3 not equal to 0.
no. I'm writing just like that. What
Whether
what
I is divisible by 3 or not.
No.
ఒకవేళ I అనేది మల్టిపుల్ ఆఫ్ 3 అయితే ఫాల్స్
తో
అయితే
individual గా
మల్టిపుల్ ఆఫ్ 3 అవనంత వరకు కూడా ప్రింట్ అవుతూనే
It
ఉంటుంది.
is not divisible by 3. If I write like that, if I mod 3, I mod 3 means the number which is not divisible by 3 automatically. Why? Because for example, the number is 5. 5 mod 3. What is the value here? What is the value? 5 mod 3?
2.
2, right? Then any positive number or negative number, it indicates a true value, right? For example, 6 here. 6 mod 3. 6 mod 3 is 6 mod 3 is 0. If 0 means that is going to be false. If I write like this, that is going to be the number which is not divisible by 3. Okay? Which is not divisible by 3. For example, if I write like this, this is going to be which is divisible by 3. Okay? Clear? If I write like this,
Yes.
which is not divisible by 3. Simply I'm going to write like this also, which is not divisible by 3. Okay, instead of 3 I am going to write num2 here. Whatever value you are going to give, that value here, then only I am going to print here. For example, if I am going to give the values are going to be 5 3 and 20. Just observe here, 5 3s is not there, 5 6 is not there, 5 9s is not there. Do you observe that one or not, students? Clear? Is it clear?
yes sir
If I write like this, I value which is not exactly divisible by num2. Always we are writing like this. What is that? For example, you are going to write like this. This is going to be continue. And we can write like this also. What is that? If the number is exactly divisible by num2, then I am going to click on continue. That means it is automatically updated. I can write this way also. For example, if the input is going to be like this, here also there is no value of 3 6 and like that. Yes, is it clear? Write like this. I mod n2. I mod n2. For example, I am going to write here I mod num1. Can anyone guess what is the output here? Can anyone guess what is the output here? Ashok.
Sir, all values are divided by 5 కదా sir. num1 వాల్యూ 5 కదా సార్, అన్ని డివైడ్ అయిపోతాయి కదా సార్. మరి
టేబుల్ మొత్తం ప్రింట్ అయిపోతుంది సార్.
5 5 25 సార్ ఇలా ప్రింట్ అవ్వచ్చు సార్.
అవుట్పుట్ రాదు సార్.
5 3 and 20 అవుట్పుట్ రాదన్నారు, వచ్చింది కదా.
చెప్పాం కదా సార్, టేబుల్ మొత్తం ప్రింట్ అయిపోతుంది.
It is going to be print all the tables, all the values here, all the values.
15 missing.
What is that?
15 values sir.
15 is going to be missed. Why? Because it is going to be
3
true.
and 5
It
the
is
exact
not
values.
divisible, and this is also not divisible here. 3 15s, okay, and only one value, right? Only one value. For example, if I going to write like this, not equal to 0, is not equal to 0, right? I'm going to write here and then what is the output?
15 ఒకటే ప్రింట్ అయింది సార్ 15th వాల్యూ.
Okay, 5 3 and 20. What is the values here? What is the values are not printing?
Divisibles of 3.
Divisibles of what it is going to be print here. For example, it is not going to be print 3 here. It is not going to be print 3. Why it is not printing 3 here? Why it is not printing only 3? We have to check it. For example, 3 is 3 mod 3 mod 3 3 mod 3 3 mod 3 is equal to 3 mod 3, right? I value is going to be 3 num 2, and it is not printing 3 value here. Num 2 3 mod 3 going to be print. Yes, that is not going to be print, right? Why here 3 mod 3 is equal to 0, right? One value is 0. If one value is 0, the total statement is also 0, right? That's why 3 mod 3 is not printing here, and at the same time 5 into 5 is also not printed. Why? Because here it is going to be checked that is 5 is divisible by 3. Is 5 is divisible by 3? Yet here it is going to be true. Yet here it is going to be true, and it is coming here, and it is coming here, and it is going to be checked that is 5 is divisible by 5. Yes, then it is going to be first one is 1, that means true. Then the next one is going to be false, and inside that there is an and statement is there, and operator is there. That's why it is not going to be print. Here it is going to be print which are the values both are not divisible. For example, if 2 is there, 2 is not divisible by 5 and 3 also. 4 is also like that. 4 is not divisible by 3 and 5 also. 7 is not divisible by 3 and 5. Okay, do you got my point or not? For example, if it is 11 is not divisible by 5 and 3. 19 is not divisible by 5 and 3. Both values. Is it at least if it is divisible by one value? For example, 20 is there. 20 is not divisible. 20 is not divisible by 3, but it is divisible by 5. That's why it is not going to be print here. What is the conclusion for this one? What values it is going to be print? I am asking a simple question to you. What values it is going to be print here? Students. The output, and what values it is going to be print?
Non-divisibles of 3 and 5.
Yes. For example, a number is there. If the number is divisible by 3, also not printing. If the number is divisible by 5, also not printing. Yes. Is it clear or not? For example, I can write the same. For example, I am going to write here like this: num2 is equal to 0, or both are same. What I am writing here, both are same. Num1 is equal to 0. If I am going to execute it, if I am going to give this value to this, I have to write continue here. Continue. Just observe here, this output and this output both are same, right? Yes. If the I is divisible by num2, or if the I is divisible by num1, I'm going to skip here. I'm going to skip here, and the remaining values I'm going to print it. Do you got my point or not? The same value I'm going to write like this.
సార్ నేను రాసినట్టు కూడా రాయొచ్చా సార్? అదే డివిజిబుల్ బై 2 అయితే మల్టిప్లికేషన్ చేసి డివిజిబుల్ బై అని చెక్ చేయొచ్చు కదా సార్?
I'm not checking here. క్వశ్చన్ చేంజ్ అయిపోయింది. ఇందాక చెప్తుంది వేరు, ఇప్పుడు చెప్తుంది వేరు. ఓకేనా? అక్కడతో అయిపోయింది, అది కంటిన్యూ అయిపోయింది అక్కడ నుంచి. ఓకేనా? చేయొచ్చు అలా కూడా. ఓకే ఓకే, దిస్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ multiplication table. Number of questions we can do it on this. And the next question, that is going to be the base program. I am going to explain you, and we are going to discuss a number of problems on that one also. Here, okay, that is the end of multiplication table discussion, and we are going to moving into new scenario. What is that new scenario? For example, one number is there like this. That is not 1 2 3 4 1234. 1234. I am going to divide this number into each and individual digits. That is going to be 1 2 3 4 like that. For example, here some r is equal to, for example, this is going to be num here. This is going to be num, and I am going to write here num mod 10. Can anyone guess what is the value in r here? What is the value in r here?
4.
Okay, why it is 4 means I am going to explain you. For example, the division is going to be like this. Okay, it is 10 120s, 10 123s, that is going to be 1230. Okay, 1230, and I'm going to subtract here, and the remainder is going to be 4. Okay, clear everyone? 10 into 123, then it is going to be 1230, and I am going to subtract from this, and the remainder is going to be 4 here. Then r value, this is going to be remainder operator. This is going to be remainder operator. What is r value now? R value is going to be 4, and again I am going to take num is equal to num by 10. This is the coefficient value. This is going to be the coefficient value, right? What is coefficient value?
123.
123. Yes, this is going to be. Now just observe here, the number is 1234, and I am going to divide this number into 2 parts. That is last digit and remaining number. Every time that is going to be the last digit and remaining number. Again, I am going to do the same operation here. I am going to do the same operation. Now the new num value is going to be 123. New num value is going to be 123. If I am going to do the same operation here, it was equal to 120, then the remainder is going to be 3 here. Okay, the r value is going to be, what is r value now? That is 3. Going to be 3, and the number value is going to be 12. What is here? That is going to be 12 here. Okay, again doing the same operation here. Again I am going to do the same operation. The new num value is going to be 12 now. New num value is going to be 12 now. And 10 ones are 10, and the remainder is going to be 2 here. 2. And num is going to be, r is going to be 2, that is going to be remainder, and this value is going to be 1. Num value is going to be quotient value, then it is going to be 1 here. Again I am going to do the same operation. If this is going to be like this, 10 zeros are going to be 0, 10 zeros are going to be 0, and the remainder is going to be 1. 10 zeros are 0, 1 minus 0 is going to be 0, 1. Okay, and what is the remainder value? The remainder value is going to be 1, and num value is going to be 0. Okay, num value is going to be 0. Again I am going to do the same operation. If I am going to do the same operation, the values are going to be 0 and 0. Why? Because there is no need to check when the number value is going to be 0 here. When I am reaching here, num value is equal to 0, there is no need to do any division operation or anything. Okay, that's why there is no need to check again. Just observe here, What is R value here? What is R value?
4,
Here?
3,
Here?
2,
Here?
1.
1. 4, 3, 2,
Reverse
1.
of the
Each
numbers.
and not a reverse of a number, that is each and individual digit of that number. Okay, that is not a reverse of a number. Okay, that is each and individual digit of a number from the backward side. Here I am going to track that. That is going to be 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Now, when I have to stop this loop, when I have to stop this loop,
When number equal to
when
0.
number is 0, there is no need to check, right? There is no need to check. The same thing here I am going to write. I am going to read a number here. Int of input of. I am going to read a number here, and I have to repeat it. I am going to do the same operation for some time. I don't know exactly. I am going to do the operation again and again, right? That's why I am going for a while loop here. Why? Because if it is the number is another, for example, if it is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then I have to go for 5 times. I don't know exactly. That's why I'm going for here while loop, and I don't know where to stop initially. Don't know where to stop. That's why I'm going for infinite loop. Okay, infinite loop. R is equal to n mod 10, and num is equal to num by 10. For example, I'm going to write here R comma num. R comma num. Every time I am going to print R comma, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4. For example, the input is like this. Just observe here. The values are going to be 0, 0, 0, 0, right? Why? Because for the first time, R value is 4 and N value is 123. And the next time, 3 and 12. Then the next time, 2 and 1. At this position, just observe here, R value is 1 and num value is going to be 0. If I am going to repeat it again and again, what is the values here? What is the values here?
0.
0, 0, 0, like that. That's why we are not going for when number is equal to 0. For example, here I am going to write, if number is equal to 0, I have to stop it. That is the use of break statement. If I'm going to write like this, if I'm going to give the number like this, just observe here, it is coming out, right? It is coming out when the number is going to be 0. When the number is going to be 0, it is coming out here. Is it clear, everyone? This is going to be the manual braking system. This is the manual braking system. I can convert into what is the reverse of this one? What is the reverse opposite of num is equal to 0?
Num not equals to 0.
Yes, that is we can write here, instead of writing true here, I'm going to write num not equal to 0. Okay, I don't write like this. If I'm going to give the number like this, and it is going to be print the same thing here. How it is going to be print? I'm going to dry run it. 134 is not equal to 0. Is it true or false, friends? Is it true or false?
True, sir.
True, right? Then going inside, and it is going to be print. What is the value here? 123 mod 10.
4.
4, sir.
And it is coming here, and the num value is going to be 123. 123. And it is going to be print the values of R value is 4 and num value is going to be 123. Then the new num value is going to be 123, and moving here, 123 not equal to 0. Is it true or not?
True, sir.
Yes. Then again it is moving here, and the value is going to be 3, and it is going to be 12, and it is going to be print 3 and 12. Okay, then again it is checking that is 12 not equal to 0? Is it true or false?
True, sir.
True again. 12 is not equal to 0. Again it is going to be print the value of R is going to be 2 and num value is going to be 1 here. Then it is going to be print 2 and 1. Then num value is going to be 1. 1 not equal to 0. Is it true or false?
True, sir.
True, sir.
Again, it is moving inside, and R value is going to be 1 and num value is going to be 0, and it is coming here and it is going to be print 1 and 0, and new num value is going to be 0 now, and it is going to be checked that is 0 not equal to 0. Is 0 not equal to 0? Is it true or false?
False, sir.
False.
False, then it is coming outside. Okay, I can write instead of this num not equal to 0, I can write is num is greater than is greater than 0 also, we can write it. Or instead of writing, I can write like this also. Every time I am telling that num is if the value, any positive value or negative value indicates true, right? Indicates true. While 1234 true, while 123 true, while 12 is true, while 1 is also true, while 0 is going to be false. In this way also we can write the logic. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes,
Students,
sir. Yes, sir.
if there is any doubt, just ask me here. This is the base program for number of programs here. That is going to be, we are cutting the, for example, I am going to remove this num. I am going to remove this num here. If I am going to execute this value, just observe here, I am going to cut. I am going to cut the values, the digit values 4, 3, 2, 1 like this. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am going to get the each and every digit of that number. In this way only I can access the digits of the number. Based on that, I am going to define number of logics on that. Students, this is the base program. When you are using the numbers program, that is each and every digit, accessing of each and every digit in the number. Write down like that, accessing each and every digit of the number. This is the base program, accessing each and every digit of the number. The very basic question I am going to ask you now. Very basic question. For example, the input is going to be like this. The input is going to be like this. Input is going to be like this. I am going to give you here the output. How many digits in this number? 1235. How many digits in this number?
4, sir.
The output is going to be 4. Very simple question. A simple modification to that. Just everyone do it. Really, this is the base program for our program. There is no need to print R there. This is our base program. What I am going to find here, how many digits, count digits of a number, digit count of a number. This is the program name, digit count of a number. How many digits here? 1235. There are 4 digits. Then I am going to print this is a 4-digit number. Simple.
సార్ గ్రూప్ లో పెట్టాను సార్.
Okay. What is that? Turned on disappearing messages. What is that? Okay, no problem for that. No need to print digit count. Yes, okay, good. Good. R is also 0. What is that? Sweta. If R is also 0, then we have to count the digit. For example, if it is going to be 120, it is going to be 120, that is going to be a 3-digit number, right? That is going to be a 3-digit number. For example, if we give like this, it never takes before the values of before zeros here. Okay, no need to worry about that. Here it is going to be a 3-digit number. No need to check R not equal to 0 like that.
Okay, sir.
Who is this? This is Amit, right? Viswa Amit. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes,
What is the output of your program?
sir, I'm repeating through string.
Don't take it as yes. You are taking as a string. Just take as int of input of. Okay.
Or if I take int, it will not repeat.
Then no, you have to write like this. Okay. Why? Because why I'm telling this one, the next programs are going to be like this only. Okay.
Sir, what's
Check చేస్తున్నాను, check చేస్తున్నాను. There is no need to break here. It is automatically break, and no need to check num is equal to 0 break. Just simply leave that.
okay, sir.
సార్ ఇచ్చే నంబర్ అన్ని జీరోస్ ఉంటాయి.
And 0 into 0. For example,
అది
if
కూడా
I
మరి th కౌంట్
if
ఉంటుంది కదా సార్.
I go for this one, this is going to be 0 always. That is not entering into the loop, right? If you want to check it, that is going to be some boundary cases. uh, when when the program is like this, some constraints are there always. Some constraints, the constraints are going to be like this: the number is greater than equal to 1 is, the number is greater than equal to 1, and less than equal to, for example, it is going to be number is less than equal to some thousand, like this. This is going to be a constraints. If the number is going to be 0, is it a single digit or anything?
సింగిల్ డిజిట్.
If you want to print as a single digit, you have to write like this. What is that? For example, I'm going to take the digit count is equal to always 0. I'm going to take always 0. Inside this one, I'm going to write plus is equal to 1, and I'm going to print here. I'm going to print here DC. For example, if I'm going to execute it, if I'm going to give here this one, it is going to be print 5, no doubt about that. If I give here 0, it is going to be 0 only. For that, there is only one case. There is only one case. For example, if I execute like this, if it is 0 0 0 also, it is going to be 0 only. Okay, that is not possible. Simply I'm going to write here, if not here, here I have to write if num is equal to 0. That is going to be the base condition, and I am going to print here 1, and remaining everything is going to be an else part. Based on the constraints only, we are going to write it. For example,
Okay.
here instead of this one, I'm going to write DC plus is equal to 1. DC is equal to 1 is enough. If I'm going to execute like this, if it is 0, it is going to be 1. If it is 1 2 3 4 5, it is going to be print 5. Like this, we are going to be write the program based on the constraints only. Based on the constraints only, we are going to write it. Okay. If the number is also 0, then we are going to write like this. That is some boundary case. That's it, nothing else. Yes.
సార్ ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో 5 zeros ఇస్తే అవుట్పుట్ ఎలా వస్తుంది సార్?
Any number of zeros, it is going to be like this. Any number of zeros, it is going to be one. It takes only 0. It takes only 0. Okay. If you are taking like this, if you are taking like this 0 0 0 0 1, it is going to be take only 1. Okay. It takes only 1. Clear? In any programming language, if you write any right side zeros, left side zeros, it is not considering as zeros. If you are taking like this, for example, number is equal to 0 0 0 0 1. It is not taking as leading zeros. Just observe here, leading zeros in decimal value letters are not permitted, like this. Okay. If you are taking like this 0 0 1, like this, it is going to be take. If you are going to write 100, that is not a problem here. That is not a problem here. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good responses. Okay, simply I'm going to explain for some students. Just simply I'm going to take here. I'm going to take here. No need to write these things. Just simply I'm going to write Alt F3. Don't forget indentation. Okay. Here I am going to take whenever I am going to find the digit count. Here, just observe here how many times I am repeating. 1 time, 2nd time, 3rd time, and 4th time. This loop is going to be repeated. If the digits are 4, the loop is going to be repeated for 4 times. If it is a 5-digit number, the loop is repeating for 5 times. That's it, nothing else. Nothing else. That's why I am going to take a value with 0 every time. For example, if you consider this is the first digit, and this is going to be the second digit, and this is 3 and this is 4. Whenever in programming languages, any programming languages, before that you have to take it as a 0. That means I'm going to count from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. Before 1, we have to take it as a 0. Then only we are going to count it. That's why here I'm going to take it as a 0 every time. And whenever I'm coming into this loop, I'm writing a digit count plus 1. That is going to be DC is equal to DC plus 1. What is DC value initially? Initially DC value is 0, 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1, then it is going to be 1. Okay? Then 1 plus 1, 2. 2 plus 1, 3. 3 plus 1, 4. 4 plus 1, 5. In this way, we are going to print like this. Is it clear? Only simple line. What is that? DC is equal to DC plus 1. Okay? And finally, I'm coming out of the loop. And then I'm going to print what is the value inside DC. Why I'm coming outside the loop? I'm going to count the total digit count. Not for up to this one. I'm going to find how many digits of the total number. That's why I'm going to print like this outside the loop. For example, if I print inside, can anyone guess what is the output now? If the input is like this.
Individual count వస్తుంది సార్.
1 2 3 4 వస్తాయి సార్.
It is going to be print 1 2 3 4 5 like that. If I'm going to give here, how many digits are there? 4 digits are there. Then it is going to be 1 2 3 4. For the first time, the digit is 1 digit, then next 2 digit, 3 digit and 4 digit, and finally the digit count is going to be 4. The digit count is going to be 4. Okay, finally after the loop. That's why here whenever I am doing this, we have to print outside the loop. Okay, about a simple program of a digit count. Just I'm going to give a very simple task to you for the tomorrow's class. And here just observe here, the number is going to be like this. How many even digits are there? How many even digits are there? Just try to listen the question first of all, students. I'm going to cut the one program into 2 programs. Here, how many even digits are there?
2.
2 sir.
2. How many odd digits are there?
3.
3.
3, sir.
Okay. This is one program. I'm cutting into the next program and going to the next program. This is even count and this is going to be the odd count. Just listen carefully. If even digit count is even and odd digit count is odd, I have to print as even and odd. Do you understand my point or not? If the even digit count is even, if the odd digit count is odd, I have to print as even and odd. Okay, at this case, for example, if you observe here, this is even digit count and this is odd digit count. That is going to be print even and odd. For example, I'm going here like this. How many even digits are there? How many even digits are there now?
1, sir.
And how many odd digits are there?
3.
3. That means here even digit is not even and odd digit is odd. Yes. Then I am going to print odd here. Okay. Clear? For example, the input is like this. Just observe here. How many even digits are there?
2 sir.
2 odd digits are 2. Just observe here. Even digit count is even and odd digit count is not odd. Then I am going to print it as an even here. Clear? And the next and the last one is going to be For example, like this. What is even digit count? What is the even digit count?
3, sir.
3. Even digit count, odd digit count is
2.
2. Just observe here. Even digit count is not even and odd digit count is not odd. Then I am going to write it as a mixed. Clear, everyone? The first question you have to find that how many even digits and odd digits are there, and the next program is going to be you have to find all these 4 cases. If the number is following the even digit count is even and odd digit count is odd, you have to print both even and odd. If the even digit count is not even and odd digit count is odd, I have to print it as a odd. If the even digit count is even and odd digit count is not odd, I am going to print only even. And even digit count is not even and odd digit count is also not odd, then I have to print as a mixed one. I think this is a new question for everyone. Yes, try to solve it, and if you are solved it, just you have to do. For example, one student, some students are writing the program for like this. For example, they are, what is this one? For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For example, the even count is going to be 2 and odd digit count is going to be 3. Yes, here even and odd is even. This is going to be even count is even and odd count is odd, and it is going to be print even and odd. They are thinking that yes, my program is done. No, you have to check with the remaining test cases also. You have to check with the remaining test cases also. Then only you have to put a message on the WhatsApp group. Yes, I done. Don't send the code for this program only. For this program only, don't send the code. You have to check for all the inputs, all the 4 inputs, and is it working perfectly or not. And then only you have to check, you have to tell that yes, I done, sir. That's it. That's enough. Okay. Is it clear, students? Is the question is clear?
Yes, sir.
Is the question is clear? If it is not clear, just ask me and I will explain it again. Students.
Oh, sorry, sir.
For example, the input is like this. Just chorus step. How many even digits are there? How many even digits are there?
2, sir.
2 odd digits are?
3 odd digits, 2 even digits.
2 even digits. Is the digit count, even digit count is even or not?
Yes, sir.
Odd digit count is odd or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, then I have to print even and odd. Okay?
Okay. Okay, sir.
For example, I am going to give one more input here. That is going to be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many even digits are there?
2, sir.
2. And odd digits are?
2.
2. Now I am going to find that even digit count is even and odd digit count is not odd, right?
Yes, sir.
Then I am going to print here as even.
Okay, sir.
Okay?
Okay,
For
sir.
example, here for the third input, I am going to write here 1, 1, 1, 2. For example, 1, 2. How many even digits are there?
1, sir.
1. Odd digits are?
3.
3. Here odd digit count is odd, but even digit count is not even. That's why I'm going to print it as a odd here. Okay?
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay, then I'm going to write again like this. For example, now what is the even digit count?
1, sir.
Digit count?
Even digit 1, sir.
Odd digit count.
4.
4. Just observe here, even digit count is not even and odd digit count is not odd. Then I'm going to print mixed here.
Oh, okay, sir.
Clear?
Okay, sir.
These 4 are the 4 test cases. You have to check. Just a minute. These are the 4 test cases, and these are the 4 outputs. Just check everyone, all these 4 inputs.
Okay, sir.
Clear?
Okay, sir.
Yes. That's it for today. We will meet on tomorrow.
Sir.